Last night, Donald Trump was talking to congressional Republicans at Doral in Florida at his Doral golf course. And they were holding a retreat there, trying to get their caucuses in order, their House in order, so they can actually start passing some of his agenda. Because it looks like they're going to have a lot of problems getting anything passed. And he was talking about immigration um, and all of his successes getting rid of criminal migrants and criminal, as he calls them, immigrants. Well, almost all the raids have happened in blue states except for Utah. So I think it's more about retribution and revenge than it was actually, combating any sort of immigration. But anyway, that wasn't his entire point. He went on to say that he's done such a good job getting rid of all of these criminal elements. But numbers I'm seeing is we've only gotten rid of about 1,000 migrants, 1,000 undocumented immigrants, and it's costing us to the tune of $800,000 per flight, and the flight's only holding 80 people each. At the rate he's going, it's going to take him several hundred years to get rid of the numbers of people he was talking originally about getting rid of. But that wasn't all he said. He was talking about American criminals too. He said, we've got a criminal element here, and he listed a bunch of things that American criminals have done. And he said they're getting out for murder, and they get arrested 30, 35, 40, 42 times. And we're looking at what we can do. He goes, I'm going to ask for permission so we can house them elsewhere, so we can send them to a foreign country. He's talking about exile. He wants to add exile in as a punishment. Now, the permission he's talking about would need to be in the form of a congressional law that he would have to sign into law. And I don't see that passing through this Congress, especially with the filibuster in the Senate. But even if it did, we have an Eighth Amendment protection against cruel and unusual punishments. But Donald Trump is a dingbat, and he doesn't understand it, doesn't care. He thinks he sounds tough by suggesting that we'll use exile as some kind of a punishment. The irony being that he's a 34-time convicted felon, so depending on how he words it, he himself could be in the group of people that would be in violation of that. Again, don't think it would actually happen. Courts are going to say unconstitutional. But nobody has really used exile since the late 1800s or early 1800s, whenever the British were using it to send everybody to Australia. It's not a deterrent that we use. It hasn't been used. But Donald Trump thinks he's strong by suggesting this, and he doesn't realize how weak it makes him look by suggesting something that's blatantly unconstitutional and just downright stupid. But he thinks by sending people to a foreign country that we would actually be saving money. But even if we did, we would have to probably pay to incarcerate them there. So it wouldn't actually save us that much. But this is how dumb he is.